Hey guys, Kevin here with Derby Coffee Roasters, and I want to welcome you to Coffee of the Month 3. All right, we are back again. Coffee of the Month number 3. Thanks for tuning in again. Third iteration of Coffee of the Month. Let's see, the first one was from Ethiopia. Coffee of the Month 2 was from Colombia. Coffee of the Month 3 is from Mexico. This time I have the bag and the label all ready right here. So we have a coffee from Mexico, and I'm calling it Finca San Carlos because this coffee comes from the southern tip of Mexico, where it actually borders Guatemala, in the region of Union Juarez, Chiapas. And it is so close to the border of Guatemala. It actually shares, the border actually is right on a volcano, Volcan Tacana. And it's got a pretty neat story, actually where this farm came from. The estate, again, is called San Carlos. It's located at the border between Mexico and Guatemala on the western slope of Volcan Tacana. And it has a pretty rich, unique heritage that dates back to 1896. It's actually a comeback story, this farm, and it starts in 96 when there was the grandson of the man who planted the first coffee trees at San Carlos. He actually offered to sell the farm to a gentleman named Alfred Klein. Long story short, Alfred Klein turned this farm around. About 2 decades later, we have some really nice coffee. Finca San Carlos just made a batch, and we are gonna dive into some specifics. All right, so again, the grower is Alfred and Annette Klein, Finca San Carlos, in the region of Union Juarez, Chiapas, Mexico. The elevation is a little bit lower than the first two coffees, 1,100 to 1,350 meters above sea level. And that equates to about 3,600 to 4,400 feet above sea level. So a little bit lower, but hey, it is what it is. The process of this coffee is a fully washed coffee after pulping, and it's fermented underwater for 48 hours. And then it's soaked for 48 hours again in clean spring water. And finally, it's dried in the sun on patios and raised beds. The cultivar is actually an unknown jade variety. It was harvested in October 2019 all the way through March 2020 of this year, so it is a fresh coffee. Yeah, when you smell it, it almost smells fudgy, caramel. I just get the picture of like fresh baked brownies, or maybe with the caramel drizzled on top. Yeah, it has a lovely mild acidity, citrus acidity. It's mild. This is definitely caramel, almost like a fudgy viscosity. It's very sweet again, but it's like a dessert. A really pleasant coffee to drink in the morning. You could drink a whole pot probably. Very mild citrus acidity. It's got a sweetness like praline and salted caramel. Yeah, it's really, really pleasant. I feel like I need a piece of pie to eat it along with. Yeah, it's got a silky mouthfeel. It's very pleasant, very smooth. All right, I chose this color right here, the label, just because that's what I taste, kind of that color. Says caramel, tamarind, and lime. But first thing is just a sweetness like caramel, a little bit of that tamarind sourness, and then a hint of lime, really on the back end, the acidity. But again, silky mouthfeel. It's got like a salted caramel praline sweetness. It's very, very pleasant. I think this is going to be a popular coffee, probably. The bean size is actually a lot bigger than the other ones. It's obviously it's less dense, but very pleasant, very nice coffee, very smooth, very approachable. I think this will do well as a cold brew as well. Any of your methods, auto drip, even espresso. If you have an espresso machine, I think this would be a really good option. Just the caramel, chocolatey sweetness. Interested in AeroPress as well. I actually made it in a Clever dripper, which is full immersion, but has a filter as well. So you get the benefits of full immersion with a very clean coffee, filtered coffee, obviously. I think this coffee is very versatile and will do well. So it is going to be available, let's see, today's June 1st. So hopefully if I get this video out tonight, it'll be available on Friday the 5th. So who knows when I'm going to get the video out, but this coffee will be available to ship on Friday, June 5th. I'll put it up on the website here shortly. And cheers. Thanks so much for joining Coffee of the Month 3. I've enjoyed tasting coffees from around the world. Put in the comments where you'd like to see a coffee for Coffee of the Month 4. Has to be obviously a coffee producing region. So don't say anything like Canada, because you ain't gonna find coffee up there. But anyway, yeah, I'm curious as to what you, the general public, would like to see Coffee of the Month 4. Hope that you're having a great day. Coffee of the Month 3, Mexico, Finca San Carlos. Cheers.